I have stripped so many of these bolts when trying to dimple die like thicker steel stuff. All right, it's a new week, which means I have more stuff to do on the truck. This week I'm going to be building a waterline cover out of aluminum, carbon. I'm gonna dimple die. I'm gonna do a whole bunch of cool stuff to it that some things I haven't done before, so you guys are gonna learn with me. But I wanted to show you, you can see those water lines running through the truck. Those are gonna get very hot, like 200 degrees hot. And I really don't feel like burning myself when I climb in and out of my truck. So the first thing that I'm gonna do is just kind of like draw it up. And then I'm gonna go ahead and take some measurements, figure out what size chipboard I need, tape some chipboard together, start making some templates, laying it up. And hopefully I can make something that looks cool and is functional and isn't heavy, because I don't wanna add to the weight of this truck. But yeah, like I said, you guys are gonna learn with me as I go through and probably mess up some metal. But in the end, hopefully make something that's really cool and helps me not get burnt. So I got this all sat in roughly where it belongs, and with it shoved over and everything. Oh, I also cut this. You can see it's a little short right here, so I need to add a 1/4 of an inch or so just to be able to hide all that. Maybe a little less, but with it pushed over and everything, gaps are good, looks cool in here. But like I said, all I have to do is add a 1/4 of an inch to the top so that this slope is a little bit more at an angle, and then it'll cover all these water pipes, and then I can go ahead and add all the dimple dies through here. Alright, got these two first pieces, the side pieces, cut. Now I'm going to finish with this one. I need to figure out where the bend's going to be, not cut and bend it right here, but this right here will be my flange that has these rivet to, and then all the dimple dies will go down right in the middle. This will go up at that angle that you saw earlier, so hopefully this turns out okay. Alright, got this all cut out. I'm going to go ahead and mark the center line of each flange, draw a line down, and figure out where I'm going to do all of my rivet holes. We'll probably drill those out and then figure out the same thing for all the dimple dies that will go down the middle of this. Alright, so I got this top mount all bent up. Flanges look great, this angle's great. I couldn't get this into the brake, so what I did, I put a piece of steel up here, clamped it, and then used it as its own like mini brake. It's not perfect, but it's good enough for what it's for. And then I need to go ahead and trim that off because it sticks out. Then I'm going to go ahead, go DA these down, and then get them ready to mark all the holes. And then I might dimple die it before I attach all those, but I don't know yet. drilled, got it PA'd, got it all nice, smooth. Tomorrow when I come back, I'm gonna use this Mittler Brothers punch and dimple die little doodad and go ahead and dimple die all of these. But I gotta go home. Pretty happy with how this is turning out. So I have the Mittler Brothers punch and die, dimple die little doodad, and then got some deep creep, sprayed it along the little like shear part that comes out. These are actually serviceable, and but I sprayed some deep creep on it and then on the dimple die itself to give it some lubrication while punching through the metal. So I'm gonna go ahead and get to dimple dyeing this little panel. Also, what you might want to do is throw, especially like this is aluminum. I mean, it's not the thickest stuff in the world. I think it's 040. But if you're doing steel or thicker aluminum, you might want to throw some anti-seize on the threads, because I mean, like, these things are strong. I don't think that these are going to strip, but I have stripped so many of these bolts when trying to dimple dye like thicker steel stuff. So I'm gonna go do that real quick, throw some anti-seize on this just in case, because it's good precaution. Now that I got everything cut and dimple dyed, I'm going to take this raw sheet of really thin carbon, cut out some holes or some little circles to panel bond into the underside of the dimple dyes, just to give it that more clean finished look, and also trap the heat inside, because my friend Galen came over and he was like, a lot of sanctioning bodies at racetracks won't allow you to have the water lines exposed in the interior of the truck. So I'm gonna go ahead and do this real quick. Camera still hasn't died for some reason, but hopefully I can get these cut and then I'll show you guys panel bonding them all in. So I got everything glued in, all the carbon pieces, and then got it set in. Now you can see that it's not perfectly fitting, especially up at the front and along the bottom edge, but I'm gonna put the same trim that I put around the dash, which is just like this weather stripping trim, to clean up that edge. But it ended up looking pretty nice. You can see all the carbon bits in there, and I'm pretty happy with it. Now, I still need to Zeus it on, which means I do need to still cut holes in it and stuff, but the shop where all the Zeus tabs are is locked and I can't get into it till Monday, and I need this video posted Sunday, so I think I'm gonna end it here and then do that stuff off camera. You can go to my Instagram and see the finished product if you want, but I'm pretty excited with how it turned out. You know, it looks cool, you know, being all kind of like polished look with the carbon to match the dash up there. So I'm not sure what you guys can look forward to next week. I'm going to New York City in the middle of the week for a vacation. Might do a little bit of a video from there, and then I still have that, you know, cool surprise that has to do with something pertaining to drag racing to show you guys. You can go to my Instagram and actually get a sneak peek at it if you want, but I'm going there tonight to film that surprise to post on YouTube. But the truck is coming along, you know, I'm happy with where it's at. I still have a ton to do. I need to do a couple of little miscellaneous like filler pieces and things like that, and then I need to get on to welding everything, which means I have to remove all of these items and then drill guide holes, cut all tacks, the body up and forward, and weld the rest of the chassis so that everything is good, strong, and ready for when the truck is running to be able to drive it, which will hopefully be within the next 6 months or a year. I don't know. So I appreciate you guys watching. If you don't mind liking, subscribing, commenting what you want to see more of, and I will see you guys later.